Throughout history, we, as humans, have used the power of our minds to achieve incredible and amazing feats. In reality, our minds are simply tools we use to create our thoughts. And the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our experiences. A simple shift in perception will quickly and easily improve how you feel and what you believe is possible, helping you to achieve all of your personal goals, even those that previously seemed unattainable. Join us now as we explore the vast landscapes of our minds. This is Mind Over Matter.
Good evening, my name is Mitch Friedman and welcome to Mind Over Matter TV. I'm here tonight with a really good friend of mine, Katherine McKenna, and she's an energetics healer. And I just want to read you a little bit about this because I have her brochure in my hand, and before I introduce her I just want to give you a little idea of what she does because it's pretty fascinating. It's hands that heal through energetics. Energetics is the science that deals with the laws of energy and its transformations. And I'm here to tell you that it's all true because we just did a session and it was amazing. So welcome to the show, Katherine.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my
it's
pleasure.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, Katherine just drove all the way here from Park City, Utah. Mm-hmm. That's right, yeah.
Yeah, it was a beautiful drive too.
Beautiful.
It was breathtaking.
Yes, so welcome to the show, and thank you so much for that amazing session. I'm excited to start talking about this.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So to start off with, I know, you and I were talking before we did our session today, and you were talking a little bit about, I know that it wasn't about books and it wasn't about really going through classes.
Right.
It was about sort of intuitively just allowing this process to happen. So tell us a little bit about how it showed up for you.
Well, it showed up for me many years ago. A friend invited me to come to a Barbara Brennan's Hands of Light workshop. It was just a 3-day workshop in Gainesville, Florida. And it wasn't, any big deal, but she just wanted someone to go along with her because it was a new experience for her. And I said, well, sure, I guess I'll go. I felt like I needed to go for whatever reason. So I went, and it was very interesting. And on the last day of class, the instructor asked me to work on her. And I did, kind of nervously, of course, because I'm thinking, okay, I just want this to be right. But, and I noticed that through the whole process that I was sort of doing my own thing, what I was intuiting to do and how to move and not necessarily following the structure that they had given us. So I worked on her, and afterwards she said, I don't know why you're here. And of course, being as nervous as I was, I thought, oh man, I must have really messed up. And, brain always goes there right off. And so she said, the only thing I can think of is that you were just giving yourself permission to do what you naturally know how to do, and you need to get out there and do it. So it really moved me, and it just sort of kind of blew me away a little bit. And I processed it for about a month or so, and then I just started working on people. Wasn't doing it professionally at that time, but just having my friends come in and working on them and getting comfortable with the process. And over time, I noticed that my abilities grew and shifted, and the way I interpreted what was happening in the body changed, and the way the energy was moving, and it's just been numerous levels of change, and especially since I've been to Park City, Utah. I've only been there 2 years. A big change has occurred. So it's been very interesting because it is a gift. I feel that it is a gift, and it needs to be cherished as such, and respected. So I just sort of processed. I don't know a better word for it than that.
That works.
To allow it to unfold to be what it needed to be, and it has over the years. It's just been amazing how it's changed and metamorphosed. And not only that, I also discovered through necessity, I had a friend in Florida who became very ill. And I wanted to be there to help her, but I couldn't fly back because I just started my practice. So I offered to come work on her astrally. I said, I've never done this before. I thought that I would give it a go. And she said, oh, sure, I'm game, because she'd had my work before and knew that it was very effective. So I astral to her that day, not knowing what to expect, but it was such a clear connection. It was so strong and powerful, very visual in the beginning when I started doing it astrally. And when I talked to her on the phone a couple hours later, because I always like to give everybody a bit of a break before I talk to them, she said that she could feel my presence and that she was feeling better than what she was feeling at the time when I started. And so I just continued to work on her. But as it's progressed over the last 2 years, when I astral to someone, it's not the big visual stuff anymore. It's more subtle. I mean, it's very effective, but it's a lot more subtle and not so grandiose in my eyes. I think it was, they're slowly breaking me into the process is what I'm thinking.
So if you can astral to, I mean, it sounds to me like you can do this anywhere in the world. I mean, geography is no limitations.
Exactly. I like to say I have a practice without borders. And I do have clients all over the world. I have a client in India, in Australia, in the UK. I also have clients throughout the United States that I work on. And very effective. I have a family that I work on. I work on the whole family. And it's been very successful. And it just feels really good to be making such a difference.
Yeah, I'm sure the people that you work with really appreciate it. And I know that you work with animals, too.
Yes.
I was reading through your brochure and all these wonderful testimonials, and I'm an animal person. Mm-hmm. I have horses and cats and dogs all over the place. So before we get into that, though, I want to give everybody a little idea of what it is that you do. It's amazing work. And so how would you talk about... There's so many different things. It just felt like there were so many different levels of work that you were doing on me. So how would you talk about that?
Well, first off, I have to preface with that I'm the channel, that the work is coming through me to the individual. And since we're energetic beings, this body that we have is just a shell that houses us. And being energetic beings, we vibrate. All living things have vibration. Right. Quantum physics has been awesome because it's just blown it wide open for everybody. You know, here, okay, you wanted scientific proof, here it is. Yeah. So what it does is when I'm working, every cell in the body is being addressed all at one time. I mean, think about that. That's huge. It's huge. And it's raising the vibration of the being. And it goes in the most perfect increments for that person. And so my work is a progressive therapy. Not that someone couldn't benefit from one session. I've had people just come and get, have a session and feel great. But, when you have real issues, physical or emotional issues, it's wonderful for that. And because the vibration rises with the individual, the lower vibration issues start to move up and out. You've heard of cellular memory, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So
the body has a tendency to hold on to things. Even when we think we've let go of something, it's still hiding there. I can't tell you how many times I've had people come to me and say, I don't know why I'm here. I really don't have anything going on. And then they're crying on the table because they've had this emotional release, and they go, wow, I didn't even know that was in me. And I've had others just, totally bliss out. But there's no room for the lower vibration disease and emotions, and so they move up and out and clear the body. The body, as the vibration rises, becomes more empowered. You have physical well-being. You just feel that it's endless, the benefits that come from it, how great you feel, how empowered you feel, and it's all a natural empowerment. It's not false in any way. It's how we're meant to be.